This video I'm going to show you how to put together the top kit for one of these weight antenna towers. These are called the Gold and Nugget towers. And this top kit is one of the heavier gauge top kits. It's the 440A GN top kit. Lots of pieces come with it all together, so I'll show you how to do all that. First thing you want to do is attach the flange assembly to those top brackets. The flange assemblies require a few bolts. That's going to be these larger bolts here. You also want to have some of these larger nuts as well. Not these very large ones, but it's the medium-sized ones. For each bolt you want to put one on. Once you have the appropriate nuts on each one of the bolts, you can start inserting them into the flange assembly, just like this. So that's going to be 4 per flange. Once you have both flanges assembled, you can now attach them to the plates, the top plates. So these top plates are going to sit like that, and you're going to use these shorter bolts to attach those. You attach this smaller lock washer like that before you put the nut on. It doesn't need to be super tight yet, just finger tight until you get them all on. Once you're done, this should look something like this. So the top side, remember, is the flat side. And these little arms are going to be pointing downwards. Next, you're going to grab these black caps. These are going to go on the very top section here. It's going to cover up those holes. They can be a little tough to get in, so make sure you're just a little gentle as you do it. So let's get it started. Just like that. Next, we'll attach these to the tower. So you'll notice there's a difference between these two. The one has an edge and the other one doesn't. The one with an edge is going to be on the very top, just like that. And the one on the bottom is going to be not that section, but the next section. And it'll fit in, just like that. And to fix it in place, we're going to use a couple of bolts and washers. So that's going to be these smaller bolts, lock washer and nut, along with these larger washers. Remember, these here are going to be the same bolts, nuts, and washers that you're using to attach this on, so don't worry about mixing those up. But then this washer is used to hold this plate in place. I'll show you that. First, stick the 1/4 inch bolt through. Then you want to stick the large washer. And you'll notice that washer sort of clamps down on that edge of the tower, and that helps hold the plate in place. Next, you'll stick the lock washer on, and then you'll stick the 1/4 inch nut on. You can do finger tight at first and then tighten it down with a ratchet afterwards. Once you get them all in, it should look something like that. With all 4 in there, you'll see that they're all gripping onto the edge there. These are just finger tight, remember, so we're going to want to tighten these down with a ratchet afterwards. For this top plate, we're going to, remember, stick it on like that, so line them up with these bolt holes. And then we're going to use these larger bolts this time to fix them in place. So this time it's going to be that you want to put the bolt through first. Let me get that in place. So the way this is going to work is you want to get this in place. You want to stick the bolt down through. Then you want to grab a washer. Then you want to stick the rotor plate on, and then you want to do a lock washer, and then you want to put the nut on. the 1/2 inch. The first one's easy. The next two are going to be a little tricky. So for this next two, you just kind of want to stick that in place. Try to squeeze that washer in between the rotor plate and the tower part, and then see what get in. There we are. Then we have the lock washer again and the 1/2 inch nut. Once it's done, these are all finger tight, remember, but it should look something like this. We have the bolt, you got the regular washer, and then rotor plate, lock washer, then the nut. At this point, you're pretty well done, and you can tighten down all the bolts. Just remember, you can keep all these loose because you don't want to fit in the mast once you're done.